in 1992, I was in college when George Herbert Walker Bush, known as Poppy, made the declaration that it was time for a big idea. I'll try to link that video of that announcement. I don't know if it was a State of the Union address or if he was speaking to the General Assembly at the United Nations. But I remember it very distinctly. Keep in mind, guys, in 1992, I didn't have a very strong political understanding. But because I knew my Bible, and because I was on fire for God, and I was in the ministry, it caught my attention when old Poppy Bush said it was time for a new world order. Maybe some of you boomers remember that statement. It was at that time that I was able to pick up a copy of Albert Pike's book, Morals and Dogma. Of course, Albert Pike being a Confederate war general and author of the Freemason cult, which turned satanic. I don't think seriously that George Washington, our founding father, was a satanic pedophile, but I can tell you that the writings and teachings of Arthur Pike is very much so Luciferian. I think that's really when, for me, I don't know about you, but for me is when I realized that not everything is the way it appears. And then we had Colin Powell, Dick Cheney, and Bush Jr. telling us that Saddam Hussein possessed weapons of mass destruction. Remember that? And we had to go engage in a $6 trillion war that lasted 22 years. The United States of America has been in the business of money laundering, regime changes, and corruption as long as I've been an adult. I want to encourage my audience to, I posted this on Facebook. I don't think YouTube will let me upload Stu Peters' channel. I'll try, it might get taken down, but I was watching Stu Peters' podcast this morning early, talking about the corruption of Donald Trump. It's worth a watch, guys. It really is. And it's hysterical how factual it is. And it's easy for those who live with one foot in the boat and the other one on the beach, because, you know, it's so, I mean, it's not even a brain move to be anti-Democrat. It's not even a brain move. It's Pied Piperism. I mean, Trump has become the Pied Piper of the Republican Party. It's so easy to support Trump. All you have to do is hate Nancy Pelosi and you're in the boat. You're one of them. Guys, MAGA is probably the greatest conspiracy in U.S. history. It is. Without a doubt, MAGA is the greatest conspiracy. Talk about an incantation and an illusion. No, MAGA has nothing to do with making America great. It ought to be entitled MIGA, Making Israel Great Again. And it's sad. I live in a military town and I see these young 18, 19, 20-year-old kids every single day committed to making $600 a month to serve their country. I don't even have words to describe how we have conflated and perverted and how we have confused the term patriotism. Trump has bombed 7 countries in 1 year. Yet, he's the president of peace. I don't know if there are any common sense people out there still on the Trump train, still supporting this fake MAGA conspiracy. But the evidence is there if you want to do just a little research. So I go back to when I became awake. When I finally realized that I was being lied to and manipulated, I got pissed. I got very angry when I realized that the United States government blew up the World Trade Center. I got pissed. Yeah, Google the dancing Israels on 9/11. But yet, we want to put it in the same pot as little green men and reptilians, don't we? Talk about low rent. Republicans have become so low rent, it's not even funny. And there's a part of me that will be glad when all of these Zionist boomers are dead. I mean, they're the ones that are supporting our own annihilation, our own capitulation to Israel. It's these Zionist boomers. The John Hagee Club. Excuse me. It ought to piss you off, guys. That's all I got.